Uh, yeah, I just got to remember the luck of the Irish was not a good thing. Hi there. Welcome everybody once again to what we call Cast Iron Wednesday. Here it is, the day before St. Patrick's Day, which is for a lot of people one of the biggest cooking days of the year, and I'm certainly looking forward to it for personal reasons as well as being able to cook us up some corned beef here. Yeah, as we say every week, if this is your first time here, well, welcome. Thank you very much for taking a look at my channel. And this is Wednesday, where a lot of YouTube cooking channels have a tradition going, which we call Cast Iron Wednesday, which is, well, basically just that. We do a cooking video with cast iron on Wednesday, or cleaning cast iron, or restoring cast iron, or otherwise having fun with cast iron cookware. Because hey, it's a hobby and it's a lot of fun, and a lot of people seem to like it because I see some familiar faces here, and I'm always very glad to see you folks here. Hello, Papa Dan. Well, at least people have quit having sunken heads, but everything looks right far off in the right eye. Left eye is blurry. Well, we're making progress at least, so I'm glad to hear that. Yes, and hello, roadside assistance guy and Clico. I never could pronounce your name right. And Dave Early and Rick Stumbaugh. Always nice to see you folks. Hello, Val's Black Cats Rule and William Hurt. So again, glad to see you. I know you folks have been here for a while, so well, thank you very much. And yeah, here it is on Wednesday, where, like I said, we are going to be continuing what we started a couple of weeks ago, and that, of course, was when we made some corned beef. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing around with this because we've been uh, brining this corned beef now for the past couple of weeks. So love the corned beef recipe. Well, I'm glad you like it. So, oh, I pronounced your name correctly. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Clico. I was pretty much just making an educated guess there. So, um, and cabbage too. Yes, we actually have the cabbage ready. So things are pretty good. But okay, yeah, like we said, 2 weeks ago, as has been my tradition for the last few years now, we prepared some homemade corned beef because it's easy to do, and homemade corned beef is so much better than the stuff you get at the store. Now, I actually turned out to be a little bit wrong, and I'm glad to be wrong in that I was afraid there would not be much in the way of sales of corned beef at the supermarkets, because you know how prices have been high, unfortunately, especially the last few months or so. I was at Price Chopper this week and I saw corned beef on sale for about $1.89 a pound. And that is up from about the usual $1.50 a pound I've seen it for the past few years. But hey, $1.89 a pound for corned beef really is not bad. Of course, that is the point cut, what they consider the cheaper cut of corned beef. But well, yeah, as you say, the better ones. So, I mean, as you know, with corned beef, you've got the flat cut, which is the fancier kind, basically less gristle and less tissue or sinews, and the point cut, which again is considered to be the cheaper one. On the other hand, as far as I have never had any problem making point cut corned beef, because what you really want to do, of course, is slow cook it long enough until it just falls apart. And then there's really no problem at all with serving it, and especially with eating it. But again, we made our own corned beef a couple of weeks ago, and yes. Yes. Well, there is that. Yeah, you want the fat in the if you slow cook it, because again, the fat helps to keep it from drying out. Yes, yeah, as you said. So, but on the other hand, as you know, we did something a little different a couple of weeks ago, and that is we did not use beef brisket for our corned beef, especially because brisket, at least until these sales have come up this week, was very hard to find. I had trouble finding brisket at all of the local places, or it was incredibly expensive. We're talking like maybe $10 a pound or so. So because of that, we decided to actually use a different cut of beef, and so we ended up choosing chuck, and we made corned beef. We made corned beef using bone-in chuck roast. One of those is still in the fridge, and I'm about to take it out in a few minutes, while the other one, in fact, is already cooking in the oven. That's because our plan here for tonight is we've got two things going here. One of which we wanted to show you both the beginning and the end of making this chuck corned beef. So we figured we'd start out by actually cooking one of these. And let's take it out of the oven now so that I don't just stand around and talk. And hello again as well, Pip Gorin. I'm a big fan of corned beef and try to buy a couple while on sale this week. Yeah, this is the week really to stock up on it. Get a few of them and put them in the back of the freezer so that you can pull them out in a few months or so. Yes? We do still have one in the freezer, yes. Has $4.99. A plain brisket is $13.99. Oh yeah, I know. So, oh yes, I have one show tonight, and I am going to be doing another live show tomorrow evening as well. And even though tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, the subject's going to be a little different, largely because it's something I guess you could say personal that I wanted to get off my chest, and I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Right now, hey, let's take a look at some corned beef chuck. And so that means we get to do the usual roller coaster and bring this down so that I can get into the oven. All right, here we are. And as you can see, we've got some ingredients all laid out in advance, too. So it's going to be an interesting evening tonight, or at least I certainly... Going to be an interesting evening tonight, or at least I hope so. We certainly have some ingredients put out already. All right, let's get this out of the oven carefully. There we go. And oh yeah, there we go. And get the microphone closer. And what do our wondering eyes behold but a Griswold cast iron Dutch oven, which I'm also quite proud of. So I guess I better show this off as well, which again, this is a 4.5 quart Griswold. It's a large logo Dutch oven that I was fortunate enough to score at Brimfield for $10. It was incredibly rusty, and I spent a long time restoring it, but it worked great. And this lid here is what they call a button lid. I'm not sure why they call it a button lid, Button, a button lid, unless the fact, yeah, that's hot, all right, because of the fact it has this raised logo on the top here. But nonetheless, this is a Griswold Dutch oven, and I've been using it today to cook us up some corned beef bone-in chuck. So let's see how this turns out, shall we? And there we are. It does look like it's falling off the bone, doesn't it? Okay, let's put this here, I think. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I've had this in now for about 6 hours or so. That may be a little much, although it's definitely going to be falling apart. No question about that. And even though it's bone in, well, looks like the bone is coming out very nicely. It still has some red, which of course comes from the way this thing was brined. So that's not so bad. And I did forget one thing. Now, let me pull out a bowl quickly. And let's take out these bones, especially since it seems like it's going to be a lot easier to get these bones out of here than I expected. And there's one. Here's another. Oh, yeah, that's hot. Maybe I should use some tongs. And here's another bone. Ooh, this is good. Yeah, okay, time for the tongs. All right, let's see if we can get this out as easily as possible just by giving it... Well, yeah, this thing is definitely falling apart, though, which is, of course, what we want for corned beef. So, okay, hold on, let me adjust this camera a little bit, because I can see we're going to want to take a closer look at this. There we go, that's good enough, I hope. Now, let's use this. All right. Yeah, this is coming out very nicely. Oh, not bad at all. Boy, look at this. Look at this red as well on it. So, yeah, this thing is definitely, we've got corned beef here, no question about it, even though it's not brisket. We can take this bone out, and just about all the rest of this is meat. So, we're going to have plenty of here to make some reubens, which is what we will be doing in a few minutes. Um, yes, a take on a Reuben. I'm thinking I should probably take it out of the liquid, out of the pot, and let it rest for a few minutes, just so. Yeah, exactly. If you make a sandwich, you don't want it to be soaking wet. You're exactly right. So let's quickly find another dish. Oh, this would be clang, clang, clang. And let's carefully get this out of the pot. I was worried that this thing would shrink, but it didn't shrink too much. So that might be another advantage of doing this rather than brisket. Looks like we've got plenty here. Not bad at all. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have to reserve this cooking liquid too so that we can get some use out of this. That's for sure. Oh yeah, is this bone? No, it's not. Still, there we are. This is our corned beef chuck. And if you ever consider making your own corned beef, well, as you can see, you don't have to use brisket. You could very well use any cut of beef you want. Or why even settle for beef? A lot of people actually do this with venison, for instance, or maybe even make it with pork. So who knows? And while this is over here cooling off, that was part one. Now I've got to move this Dutch oven aside, and then we will go on to part two of this little adventure tonight. So, what I think I'll do with this thing is I'll put this over here where it's off the heat and out of the way. All right, there we go. There we go. That's safe. And this, oh yeah, incidentally, we'll be using this here to make us some reubens here. This griddle, for the record, is a Weber griddle. Comes from my parents. I believe they actually salvaged this from from one of their stoves or ovens or something. So, yeah, so it is kind of a family heirloom, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching some reubens being made. Yeah, Jamie really wants to play with this thing tonight. Okay, meanwhile, let me check a couple more comments here as well. And then we will get down to the next thing that we want to show you tonight. So, okay, yay, Pawpaw Dan. Hello, and hello, Kimberly Miller as well, and Grumpy Old Gringo. It's always nice seeing you here. Roadside assistance guy. When you stand around, ain't nobody complaining, right? Stand around and talk. Well, all I can say is I do my best. Besides, as well, dead air is the enemy of any broadcast. That's why I keep talking on and on and on here. No, actually, I've got roadside assistance guys saying ain't nobody complaining. So, yeah. And hello, Peg Tooth as well. And let's see what else we have here. Pawpaw Dan, the Dutch oven, and the chuck roast that he cooked today. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to Tim Moore. And glad to hear you're making some progress, Pawpaw Dan. Exactly. Brisket point end is pretty much the same as the chuck. Both share the what's that, decal? I don't recognize that word, to be honest. But yeah, you've got a good point. The chuck is really pretty much the same thing as point cut brisket. So that means these are going to be some nice sammiches tonight. That's for sure. When did you get into cast iron and what hooked you? Well, funny story about that, in that I'm actually going to be going more into that next week, because next week, the 23rd, in fact, is going to be the 20th anniversary of the very first cast iron pan I ever owned. So I will be talking more about that next week. And Kimberly Miller, yes, that Dutch oven and chuck roast looks yummy. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Okay. Oh yeah, sauerkraut. Yeah, we've got some sauerkraut here. Actually, yeah, that's something to do. Let's show some of the ingredients here that we've got ready for you to use tonight. Here are the bones from that chuck roast. We have got some marble rye bread. Jamie wanted marble rye bread. some provolone cheese. Now, here's the thing where it's not an official Reuben, because we like using provolone cheese rather than Swiss cheese. I mean, quite yeah, as Jamie says, Swiss cheese is gross. I wouldn't say it's gross, but it definitely has a different taste, and I do prefer some provolone. And of course, we got ourselves some Thousand Island dressing, along with the kraut, the sauerkraut. Meanwhile, on the other hand, are the other ingredients for corned beef and cabbage, which I'm about to do right now, because now it's time to go with the other part of this, and that is the other corned beef brisket, which we have not cooked yet. Give me a second to get that out of the fridge. Oh boy. And here we are. We put this in the brine 2 weeks ago. And funny, this thing looks like it's so full. It looks like it's almost ready to burst, yet it actually did manage to stay like this for 2 weeks or so. I'm not sure if it's actually expanded or if something, or if it might have released some gas or something. But hey, yeah, as I said, this is the other brisket that is in the brine. So brisket, it's not brisket, the other chuck, the other bone and chuck that is still in the brine. And this is the one that we're going to be taking out right now, so that we can prepare some corned beef and cabbage. Well, the bag, but remember, it's full of brine. Yes. Oh, yes. No. No, I'm not worried. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's get on with this, because yeah, that's the other thing we're going to do. As I said, we're going to prepare some let me get this out of the way now. Oh, good. This is a little cooler. I can put this lid over here. Get this out of the way, and I will. Time to break out another piece of cast iron. And that would be. I think you should make Reuben first, and I come in and do it after. All right. And that would be the large Dutch oven. Oh, what you want to do, Reubens, now? No, no, I'm saying when you go do them, have you do one first. And oh, I see. Okay, yes. Yeah. Papa Dan, Deckel is the big hard fat that is between the flat and point on a brisket. I used to smoke and barbecue a lot. And Joshua Andrew Vibes, hello everyone from St. Tammany Parish in Southeast Louisiana. Hello, Louisiana. It's been another year that's passed on your cast iron anniversary. Yeah, tell me about it. I know time is flying by. So anyway, as I said, we're going to be making us some corned beef and cabbage here in this nice big large Dutch oven. This is a newer Dutch enamel Dutch oven that I just got last year, and it's an interesting design on it, especially the top here, which has like as you can see, my camera's gotten. Oh, I see. It's trying to focus here. As you can see, this has an interesting grill underside, and instead of a knob, this one is just simply like the double Dutch oven that Lodge has. So I actually like the design of this. Anyway, here we are. So, one thing about holiday dishes, just about anyone they have, the most popular ones always seem to be the easiest to make. It's not that people can't cook, but I mean, it's always the most popular ones are just that. They're so easy that anybody can throw them together, even Thanksgiving turkey. And that's what we have here with our doing a corned beef and cabbage. I mean, really, I mean, here's how easy it is to do corned beef and cabbage. We've got here are our red potatoes, which I've already cut up into quarters. And as you can see, I did not bother peeling them. The peels are delicious on potatoes, especially on red potatoes. So no, you do not want to you do not want to peel these potatoes. And now that we've got that, we just simply have to throw in our other vegetables, the mirepoix, the Trinity. Although in this case I'm not using Cajun Trinity, and that of course would be onions, carrots, and celery, all of which I've simply chopped into big pieces. And just like with the potatoes, oh yeah, vroom vroom in the background. Just like with the potatoes, I did not peel the carrots. There's no need to. I mean, again, you can't. I mean, the skins are just fine on carrots. I mean, the only thing about having skin on carrots is it does give it a bit of a look. But once this thing is all cooked and it's been slow cooked for a few hours, then it doesn't matter. I mean, the carrots will still be nice and soft and very easy to chew. So there's really no need to waste time peeling carrots unless you absolutely. Say that again. That's where all the vitamins are located. That's another good reason. Yeah. So there we go. Got a nice big pot of veggies, and boy, that sure didn't take long. What's more, it only took a few minutes to chop up all those veggies because, well, as I said, I didn't even have to bother peeling them. And having said that, now let's move over to the sink. And it's time to unveil our chuck corned beef. All right. Yeah. There we go. Get this out. Flop. And out we go. There we go. This actually looks like your pretty typical corned beef, doesn't it? As you can see, it's got a gray color on the outside, but I know the inside will still be good and red. I know that because we did this in the exact same way as the other, and there will definitely be a reddish color on the inside. So anyway, this is a nice bit of this is bone-in chuck roast. This is probably like I think it's like maybe a 3-pound bone-in chuck roast. So well, now from here, oops, okay, let's move back over to here. Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. Got to rinse this off. Rinse off the brine. Since the brine is salty. There we go. Sorry about that. That's Jamie and I think a candle. Excuse me 1 second. That's not my candle. Oh, that's the griddle, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's okay. I think you folks are used to hearing that smoke detector by now. Okay, let's get back over to here. And now onto this in this big pot, let us lay down our corned beef. There we go. That's why I used a nice big pot. Those things actually take up a lot of room, as you can see. But there we are. And for this, okay, all we have to do now is number one. A lot of people fill the pot up with so much water that they cover the brisket. Yeah, I know it's not brisket, that they cover the corned beef. You don't have to do that because what we're going to be doing here is braising it rather than boiling it, which means rather than using water, let's use some good old Guinness stout ale here. Use beer instead of water. Give it a little bit of extra flavor, shall we? So that means plop. And away we go. A little bit here, a little bit there. Getting some foam in there, but of course the foam will subside. There we go. And that's really about all the liquid we need to cook all this. Just slow cook all this. Now to this, we do throw in maybe only a little bit more, not too much, kosher salt. Don't need to use a lot, especially since that brine was salty. Likewise, Now is the part where I get to throw in some pepper. I know Jamie is not a big pepper fan. I'm not going to overdo it on the pepper. And finally, one more ingredient. That would be the rest of our toasted spices. You remember, we used our cast iron and we toasted these spices. After we toasted them, we took about maybe about a third of them, I think, and set them aside and kept them in the refrigerator for the past 2 weeks. And this should be a lot more flavorful than that microscopic spice packet that usually comes with corned beef. There we go. And that, by the way, these big things are cardamom pods. And yeah, when it all comes out, I'm going to have to sort it. Cardamom pods, some cinnamon sticks, some ginger, as well as the different spices that we used 2 weeks ago. Finally, to this, we'll throw in maybe about 2 or 3 bay leaves. And we are ready. That's how easy. That's what I meant. You know, put the cover on this, by the way. That's what I meant. How easy it is with whenever you're doing holiday dishes. They're almost always a cinch to prepare. Where the heck did I put that lid? There it is. Okay. And then from there, lid goes on. And into the oven we go. Well, into the oven the pot goes, that is. All right, I'm sorry. Well, it's been half an hour already. Excuse me. No, I know. I do have the window open. There we go. Well, I mean, it's been half an hour yet already. Well, no, don't worry. It'll work out. All right. Now let's get this in the oven. Besides, I can talk a little more. Yeah. And I did forget something. Specifically, I forgot to rearrange the oven rack because this is not going to fit. Hello, Tass. Hello, my little guy. The little guy who lives in the oven. Let's do this. Let's put this down here. Yeah, I know my oven is messy, but largely because we are finally going to be getting ready to move. We're hoping to do so within the next couple of weeks. I know we've been saying that, but things are looking good. Okay, there we go. And now at last, into the oven to slow cook overnight. And we will have ourselves some corned beef and cabbage. Oh yeah, the cabbage is still in the fridge, by the way. After a few hours, then I will cut up the cabbage and put it in the pot on top of that the corned beef. Yeah, it is corned beef. It's just not brisket. On top of that corned beef and all those vegetables. That again is why I used a big pot, because as you can see, that still took up a lot of room there, didn't it? So okay, this guy I know is hot, so let's get him out of the way. And this griddle's hot too. Move this. He's not gonna stay on here like that. I guess he's gonna have to go over here. There we go, good enough. Okay. And having said that, let's keep the view on the cast iron, shall we? All right, now. Okay, now that we've done that, let's catch up once again on some of these comments here. Would you have a cast iron cookbook, and have you ever thought about putting one together? Um, it's been mentioned. I don't know if I have the time or the incentive to actually put together a cookbook, especially since I have all these things on my website where you can look at them for free. My website that I plug all the time, motomac.com. So, and again, please feel free to look at my website, and there has just about every recipe that I've put together here. I like reubens with dark rye of pumpernickel. That Dutch oven is the same color as my Rent's fondue pot from the 70s. Yeah, Lodge is big on nostalgia. There's certainly no question about that. Roadside assistant guy. I hear it's nice down there in Southeast, I guess is where you're from, Louisiana. I always wanted to go there or live there. I just don't know anything about the area. Yeah, Louisiana, I have not yet visited. One of these days, I'll be able to take the time to do a road trip to Louisiana. I don't think it's going to be this year, unfortunately, because of the gas prices, but I will arrange for it as soon as I can. COVID emergency order. My Danish Kopko Dutch oven has a flat top lid too. Yeah, those are actually pretty useful, aren't they? So, and would you have it? No, I already mentioned the cast iron cookbook. Never had corned beef before. Well, Joshua advised we ask that you do give it a try, even if it means buying some of the cheaper stuff that's on sale at the supermarket, and go ahead and make some corned beef. Whether it's corned beef and cabbage or just slow cooked corned beef or reubens, give it a try, and hopefully you'll like it. I mean, many people think it's delicious, so hopefully you will too. What was it? I was just about to say something about that. Oh yeah, that's right. Using corn, making corned beef and cabbage. Well, as you saw, I mean, we toasted all of these spices and we put them in to help flavor this corned beef and cabbage. But consider this, folks. If you use store bought corned beef, you can do the same thing. You don't have to just use that microscopic spice packet that comes with the corned beef. Use your own spices. Use the ones that cater to you, the ones that you think would make a really tasty corned beef. I mean, cater it to your tastes. Do a little bit of research and see what you come up with. And chances are it'll be great. And in fact, it'll even kick your corned beef up a notch so that instead of enjoying it, you will never forget it. Give it a try, even if we're using store-bought corned beef. There's nothing wrong with using store-bought corned beef. It's only that the homemade stuff is just that much better. So, and I never peel carrots. Yes, exactly. I don't peel potatoes nor carrots. I just scrub them. Exactly. So, and I wish gas prices. Well, yeah, partial peel the potatoes just so that, they're easier to boil, for instance. So, okay. Yeah. All right. How many quarts is that? You have all the vegetables in. Oh, come on. Good grief. It is open. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, I'll open the door. Yeah, they're definitely, or they're more likely there in the bedroom. Okay. All right. Sorry about this, folks. Come on already. My trouble. Come on. When the hell is... Just one moment. No, you don't, trouble. I know what you're going to try to do. Damn it. Always something. Hold on. I've got to open the door, the window in the other room. There is that. That's why. Okay. That might have something to do with it. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, we're gonna be in another apartment away from these smoke detectors. Okay, back to business here. How many quarts is that? I believe that's a 6 or even a 7 quart Dutch oven there. So, and actually, that's not much. Maybe a couple of pounds of the potatoes, and maybe another couple pounds of the carrots, onions, and celery. So, all right. Meanwhile, finally, now that we've done that, we can get down to business. So, yeah, it wouldn't be Cast Iron Wednesday without the chaos. Yeah, this is true, both the welcome and the unwelcome chaos. So, well, we'll see what they're like. The smoke detectors are like at the new apartment. Nonetheless, here we are finally. Okay. Well, we managed to spend a little bit more time for whatever it's worth. Okay. So far, so good. What? Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. All right. Now that we've finally gotten that bit of chaos out of the way, let's go and have some fun, shall we? As we mentioned, in addition to the corned beef and cabbage, which will be slow cooking all night, we've got ourselves here a cast iron griddle here, which came courtesy of my parents, who were kind enough to donate this to me before they passed. So, yes. Oh, what's the traditional way? Yes, correct. Okay. Okay. All right. So now here comes the next step, in which we are going to move on from corned beef and cabbage and do the other thing, the other dish or sandwich that people really, really enjoy. Oh, what the hell? Ah. Okay, this is getting too much here. I've got the fan on. I've got the door wide open. For the love of, ugh. There we go. Yes. Last time, I hope. Good grief. Okay, now let's get down to it at last. Sorry for the delay, folks. I think I find myself saying that every week. Okay, but nonetheless, now that we've done that, and especially since this has cooled off a little bit. Where did I put those tongs? Here they are. Especially since this has cooled off a little bit. And now we have the time to play around a little bit with this corned beef. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. Let's slice up this. Slice this up a little bit. All right. And then once we do that, we'll be able to make ourselves a couple of Reuben sandwiches. Oh yeah, this stuff is just falling apart here. And yeah, I have to say, this looks like corned beef. No question about that. So even though it's chuck, it's definitely corned beef. All right, there's one, there's another. And this should be more than enough. Oh, yeah, this tastes like corned beef too. Definitely looking forward to this. Now, as I mentioned, as they say, mise en place, make sure you are prepared. So that means, in addition to this, let's very quickly, maybe I should have opened this before the live started, in fact, break open some rye bread, marbled rye, in fact. There we go. Couple of pieces of the rye. We have some provolone cheese. And over here we have the kraut, the sauerkraut. Having done that, it's time now to have a little bit of fun, shall we? And I always forget something. In this case, maybe just a wee bit of oil or something to grease the pan. Okay. Sorry? Butter the bread. Okay, thank you. Better get out the butter. Always forget something, yes. And where the heck is it? There got it. All right, here we are. Wait. Finally. Oh, okay. Had all my preparations ready, and of course I still forgot something, but what else is new? Like for starters, breaking this open in advance. There we go. All right. As always, thank you for waiting, folks. Now, let's finally have ourselves a little bit of fun, shall we? As we start off with, nice and quickly, one, the other. I want to do this fast because, again, I don't want people to just sit and wait. Let's get some action in here, shall we? Yes, I'm double buttering both sides of my bread. Funny, there was a comment about that, how butter used to be a status symbol, and rich folks would often butter both sides of their bread just because they could. And having said that, let's quickly do this, shall we? Here's one, and here's another. Don't want to take too long, of course. All right. That's not taking long at all, in fact. And here's the plate. Okay, good. Of course, I had to use a transparent plate. What else is new? Anyway. There we go. This is definitely nice and hot. And there's a start for our sandwich. Now for the fun part. Get this on there as quickly as we can. You don't want it to stick too much. I am really envious of Jamie and her short order cook skill. She actually was a short order cook, so she could bang out a sandwich like this in next to no time at all. Which is something I have yet to, that's a skill I have yet to master, or even become good at, in fact. There we go. And this is not going to take very long, that's for sure. Because this cheese is starting to melt nicely. And from here, where the heck is my, here it is. This is what I wanted. Come on, you bugger. Ah. Oh, for the love of... I told you my skills are not that great. All right, let's just move it off. There we go, finally. here onto our sandwich. And just for the heck of it, let's take just a little bit of this very quickly. Not going to take very long. Boy, I almost melted plastic onto this. My bad. All right. There we go. And that is a Reuben sandwich. And that sure didn't take very long, did it? So far, so good. All right. Well, we've got ourselves one Reuben sandwich. Nice. So far, so good. Okay, meanwhile, poor Trouble is meowing and wants to come out. All right, anyway, so far, so good. I need a Reuben in my life tonight. Oh, I don't blame you at all. So, yeah. Okay, let's quickly break out another plate. Maybe one that's not transparent. And, well, all we can do is keep on going, I guess. So, what? If you want to. I'm not sure. Did I? I'm not sure. Not exactly. I put it on the meat so that the cheese melted. So, okay. Anyway, that's one. I guess all we can do. Here it is keep on going. So, let me see. We're supposed to cut against the grain. I'm hoping this works, because it seems to be breaking up regardless. Of course, on the other hand, this knife could probably be sharper. Still. What? Yeah. Yes, I did. All right. In fact, we're about ready to go with number 2. Anyways, yeah. Now this isn't taking long at all either. I have to say, as I said, I admire her skills for that, and all I can do is keep on practicing here. And of course, I forgot again to butter this. So I'm gonna have to do this quickly, or I'm gonna actually have to be like a short order cook and do 2 things at once. What a concept! All right, there we go. Get this out of the way as well. Besides, the nice thing about having a big griddle is we've got all this room here. So let's just keep on going, shall we? Okay, do this. Throw on another piece of cheese. Quickly flip these. There we go. I want to do this fast, which means let's get this out of the way. There we are. There's 1. There's 2. I'm definitely need to practice this a little bit, but that's the nice thing about having a nice big spatula, in that I can do that. There we go. So far, so good. Let's toast up a little bit more. There we go. And that sure didn't take long, which means we're already going to have 2 Reuben sandwiches. Boy, this actually went a little faster than I thought. Well, I don't think we're done yet. All right, so far so good. 2 Reuben sandwiches already. I can see Jamie was actually concerned about the time because these things sure don't take long to make, do they? Of course, we have plenty of corned beef to go, so we've plenty of sandwiches, but still, there we are. We've got ourselves another Reuben, just like that. All we need to do is throw on some Thousand Island dressing, and we've got Reubens. Yeah, I know. So poor cats are. Oh, I did close the door. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't like it open like that. All right. Can you wash my hands real quick? Okay. All right. Where's the horse? Yeah. Yeah. Where's the what? The griddle? Yeah. Yes. Where's the horseradish? Well, I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of horseradish myself, I'm afraid. I'm not a heavy spice person. And Goat Kid Mom, I've seen that done with the unfinished part of the bottom of a coffee mug. Oh, I see. I'm talking about something else. Hello, Shadow Walker as well. Shadow Walker XM. It's always nice to see the familiar faces here. Yeah, exactly. Enjoy the chaos. Hello, Rick Stumbaugh, and have a good evening, too. All right, sharpen a knife with a cup. Oh, that's what you were talking about with a cup. Well, you could really sharpen a knife with just about any decent edge. Of course, knife sharpening is an art in itself. So, fried on top of that would be epic. More Jamie and more trouble. Yes, exactly. So, yeah. Should have toasted that rye bread. Well, I did my best. Actually, I should probably. No, actually, I did. I buttered it and slightly toasted it. I'm sure you could do. I'm sure you could do a better job, and I'm not being sarcastic either. So. Yeah, exactly. And Stephanie Sleck a nice poutine with lots of cheese curds and corned beef on top and gravy on the side would be fantastic. Yeah, that's not bad either. That's for sure. So, all right. And yeah, they're calling for you too, Jamie, for the record. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, Jamie is washing her hands right now. She's actually going to be out here in just a moment or so. While we're waiting, I should probably actually prepare in advance and butter up a couple of slices of bread. Oh my, will actually be prepared in advance. Who'd have thunk it? Yes, exactly. So, nonetheless, as I said already, this is a Weber griddle, and yeah, we do enjoy this, especially for having all of the space to be able to do things like make sandwiches and grilled cheese and all that. Having a big cast iron pan or a griddle like this is really useful especially for that reason. So, all right, let's pull out a couple more pieces of bread here and start buttering them up. There's a concept for you. Actually, gonna be prepared in advance for once. Oh, one of these days I might actually learn how to do that. Mise en place. Yeah. Which everybody talks about. I'm sorry? All right. Okay. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I believe that was a song from Fiddler on the Roof. It goes a pot, a pan, a coat, a hat. Still, there we go. No, that's all right. I don't think they heard you. So. And the Big John. I have one of the electric knife sharpeners made by Chef's Choice. Oh, That sounds pretty good though. Although I'm hoping it's worth the expense, that's for sure. So
Chef's choice or peppered chef?
yeah,
Maybe 2 different things.
he says chef's choice.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
yeah.
All right.
I
finished up in here because I couldn't get.
Oh no, I understand.
Yeah.
So okay.
What you got anything? Just clean hands.
Yes, exactly. So far, so good.
I didn't think you were gonna be done that fast.
Neither did I, to be honest. So
I know why.
Why?
You lightly toasted it.
Yes, I definitely did.
So
I only like. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, no. My toasting, especially on a hot pan, is one of many skills I really have to practice. So you are correct.
Yeah.
These are only going to be. Those were only lightly toasted. Yeah, they're not properly charred the way a chef would do it. So.
Yeah. Well, what I was banking on, what I was trying to say is that if you have a tough time doing it that way, especially with ingredients on it, this is a good way. But
all right,
it doesn't really gonna work that way.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna have to build it some other way. All right, folks.
All right.
Oh my goodness, I'm just take a sip of a drink. I'm parched.
Yeah.
This is it. Oh, that's.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
This is. All right. No, I definitely can still build the way. Definitely can still build the way I want to. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jamie. And Papa Dent said hi earlier, and roadside assistance guy is calling for more Jamie and more trouble. So.
All right. Well, let's see. So you think I have the look of the Irish behind me?
Yeah.
Look at the old Irish.
It's starting to seem like it.
What time
Unfortunately, it is going on about 9 o'clock. So
9 o'clock.
So we're actually not doing too bad, right?
What time is it? 9:30.
Well,
stop at 9:30.
Well, we don't have to stop. We don't have to go all the way until 9:30. It just seems like it tends to do that. So.
Well, 9:30 seems like a pretty good time. All right, let me figure out how.
What happened?
This on my size.
Oh, I must have. There we go. And there we go. That's better. Okay. Hey, Jamie, glad you're joining the party, says Stephanie, either Sleck or Sleck. I honestly don't know. So, but.
At the end of this, what we should do is have everyone phonetically spell out your name.
Yeah, there is that.
If you guys wouldn't mind.
Jamie is
drop a phonetic spelling in one of your names.
Jamie is smart. She came when the food is done. Yeah, exactly. So those are my reubens. So there's the bar for you to meet. Okay.
All right. You wanna?
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, I need to move. So by the way.
All right.
We need to move this camera angle because this isn't gonna work.
Okay. Yeah, we've got. Okay. Let me move this more towards here.
This is go. That is good.
Oh,
fucking hell! Just left the door open. I might the door.
Excuse me. Yeah, this is getting worse than annoying. I'll say that much.
This isn't enough. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not annoying. No, of course not. All right.
And I'm wearing like the world's hottest sweatshirt.
Okay.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have take 2.
Yes, take 2.
Take 3, take 4, take 27.
Yeah, take 27, pretty much.
Take 33.
Believe me, I'm as tired of that smoke detector as anybody. So.
Take 31. Take 32.
Yeah.
33.
Yeah. Do Trouble and Miss Mobley get a wee sample also? Well, we'll certainly let them, but chances are Miss Mobley's probably going to turn her nose up at it.
What will you say? I want can I have a taste? And they'll put it in front of her and she'll go, no thank you. And then we'll take another bite and she'll go, wait. Can I please try that? And we'll let her and she'll go, no thank you. No thank you.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Is it bacon? No thank you.
Yeah, bacon is about the only thing she will eat.
All right.
Like.
Folks. Let me get this. Did you butter both sides? Okay, all right. You gotta make sure it's around the edges. The edges are the most important because they tend to burn a little bit. And also, folks, if you forget to butter your bread, it's okay. It's okay. Just throw a pat of butter on the skillet, melt it, move it around, and put your bread right on top where you melted the butter.
There's an idea.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have been disastrous if we didn't butter it. Okay, come on. All right, so here we go. All right. Pardon my hands, dude. I'm just not. We could sit here and we could do this all day. Where I can, yeah, I can't even use a knife. It's not working.
Don't worry, you just washed your hands anyway.
I know I did, but still.
Yeah, so nothing to worry about.
So, plus, it's me and you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, no.
Well, on camera? Okay.
Yeah.
You might want to move it forward this way a little bit because it's awfully far away.
The camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe here?
Okay. I'll try to do it so that you'll have room as
well.
well.
Not on me. Jesus Christ. What are you doing? I can't believe you just showed me fucking hips.
How about that?
Of all places, so you're like, bam! Jamie's got hips. No, like, I was putting it where I wanted to. Moved it. Twist the mic a little bit, please. No, not the. There we go.
There we go.
Nope. You just put it in the same exact spot where it was. There you go.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. It's mirror image. I'm trying not to. Here, let me just do this. There we go. How's that? Is that good? Is that good, everybody?
Is it good for you?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It needs to be closer. And then we'll get once we get you know what, we're doing it right here, and then once we get to the point of moving it. I got it right there. Sorry guys, I'm new to the whole camera part of it. I don't ever touch the camera. All right, so here we go.
Yeah. Hips
So,
for trouble and Miss Mobley getting their treats.
All right.
More kraut. Just tell your neighbors you celebrate St. Patrick's Day by setting off the fire alarms.
All right, folks.
Yeah, that's about right. So
now, everybody. So if you struggle with making a sandwich, like a grilled cheese, that has extra the ingredients on it, instead of just cheese and bread, here's an easy way to make a stuffed loaded sandwich. And I learned this at a store where people are very nice, and they're very caring and giving, I guess you could say. And they serve ice cream,
Really?
So yes, they serve at that restaurant that I was telling you about. Did I learn this?
Oh yeah.
It's a very nice and giving restaurant. One would say they I made friends with them. I would say that. Now, how high is this? All right, cool. So one way to do it is, you guys are never gonna believe this. You're like, what? That's so crazy. Oh my god. That's up to way too high. Oh my god. And it's gonna burn. Wow. What is this? Why was it? Hold on, guys. That's gonna. Yeah, I didn't look. What? Whoa.
Too hot?
Way too hot.
Okay.
Especially this bread is super thin. Okay, well. Let's see. Well, this worked. I don't know how this one's going to come out. I was going to come in and save the day and rescue it, but I was sabotaged. All right. So what you do essentially is you make a grilled cheese. And then I'll show you the rest in a second because this is going to cook a lot faster than I anticipated. So, okay. See, hear him laughing? To hear the evil laugh? He did. He sabotaged me. Wow. Wow.
Well, I put it up that high so that I could further twist the.
Yeah, I like your story. Like the story. All right, so I'll move these down. I'm going to cook this right on the griddle, guys. And that really didn't need to be done much because it was already done. But just for the sake of the fact of saying that it was made. Oh my god, it looks like a restaurant here. Whoa, it's so crazy. I know. Oh. All right, now. Like, I don't like having my hands dirty. Yeah, look at that, huh? They're my tongs. Any tongs?
Oh, yeah.
Where's the... Why is it... Yeah, all right, thank you. All right, folks. A little bit more on that one. This bread's too thin. There we go. Speed up the process a little bit.
I have a plate when you're ready.
Yeah, let you know. Okay. Move that mic, please. They can still hear me if it's not right in the back of my neck. All right.
Jamie, you have a point that no, Jamie's great. So, I see. They're talking about finding areas to safely shoot fireworks is hard, but fire alarms can be used anyway. Tip.
Yeah, they use them before me.
Definitely. Meanwhile, the folks are talking about knife sharpening.
Yeah, great. Oh, there we go. Perfecto right there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Oh, you're awesome. Jimmy's awesome. Jimmy's so amazing. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
How's that looking, folks, on the amount of the ingredients there, huh?
Yeah, I'm just admiring
All right.
your handiwork.
Ready? Well, get ready. It's getting even better. All right. Now, head down down. Get from this. I don't ever cook conservatives like this. Sorry, guys. I just. Right here, just waiting something here. Put it in the fridge. Like, you don't have to have the plate there. I don't need you to have the plate. I'm burning shit. Like, pardon my language, guys. He knows I get a little flustered. All right, now let's see. Where's the camera? All right, guys, ready? Tongs so much better. Tongs are so much better. All right. It does nice and warm. Doesn't matter. It's gonna melt. Doesn't have to melt the cheese because this is how we do this. Woo. Tempered hands. Tempered hands. Look at that cheese pull.
Oh yeah.
Now, if it wasn't provolone cheese, where's the, all right, I already did that already. You know what, this needs way more corned beef.
Okay.
No, I didn't see because, that's enough for one. We're gonna make really big sandwiches. I just want to grilled cheese.
Yeah. Your sandwiches are much more effort than mine.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
All right, ready? That's just questionable. Yeah, there's no one in there. That's not like that. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, I don't look at which corn. The Thousand Island that was out. It's the one that It's not very. It's a little too thin. There we go. It's a good one. Whoop, whoop. All right, how are we looking? Oh, you guys can't even see them close. Oh, it's so amazing. All right, and we need a black plate. Ready?
Out of white plate?
No, black plate. It's gonna set off the colors a little better. Right? Now I would add another piece of cheese on that if I had it nearby, but I hastily threw everything. And always cut sandwiches on the bias, but a little off center. Like so, not completely diagonal. There we go. Oh, it's so awesome. There we go.
Oh yeah. Just like that.
Yep. So nice and easy. What you do is make a grilled cheese, and you cut it in half. You just split it.
Yeah,
It makes.
still on the...
I know. I just want grilled cheese. So it makes making grilled cheese. What was I saying?
Grilled cheese.
When you make a loaded sandwich, it makes it so much easier if you just make a grilled cheese and split it in half. You don't have to worry about flipping it and stuff like that, getting stuff off the grill, losing half the ingredients. To be honest, I can't flip a loaded sandwich. I get too in my head about it. I get too anxious, and I end up spilling it everywhere. So when I learned this, I was like, oh, what? That's awesome. So there we go. Hope you guys use that. Hope it makes your sandwich making a little bit easier, especially when you guess. When you guess doing it this way, you can make the sandwiches so much quicker. So now I'm gonna go outside.
Let me ask you one thing that'll only take a couple of seconds.
Yep.
Try just a little bit of this. Yeah, a little bit of the corned beef because remember this is made with chuck.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so there's really not much of a taste difference, is there?
It's beef.
Yeah.
It's corn and beef. It doesn't matter. Like maybe it might be different if you're
Yeah.
We're part of my language. I'm part of my language. It's perfect. Right. People can still hear me with the mics over here. They hear me over there. I'm loud. So, what I was saying. All right.
Just the difference between the chuck and the.
Yeah, well, some meats have different flavors. I don't think a chuck is any different than a brisket. You know what I mean? Like.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I think we could say that.
But
So.
what meat would taste different? Like just automatically. I don't know.
Right. Well, roads.
You guys want to check something out though? Actually, it's really cool. Did you just huff?
What?
I thought you huffed.
No.
Just show us in camera.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have anybody eat.
All right. All right.
All right. So you guys, I made my own ice cream. What? I did. I made my own ice cream, and it's not all crystally and gross. Let me just kind of make it look a little better because it's in the fridge. Where's the freezer? So, if you take a look, I don't know how it's going to show up on camera. You want to show them?
All right.
So, and I'm going to. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you made this without a churner or ice cream machine.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
Just the blender.
Yeah. What I did is an immersion blender. So I made whipped cream. I made what's called you can make an air cheesecake, a 3-ingredient air cheesecake, which you use whipped cream and you put room temperature, a little bit warmer than room, mildly warm cream cheese and confectioner sugar, and you whip it, and it's tastes just like cheesecake. So it's called. And then I whipped in Nutella. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So cream cheese, whipped cream. No. Confectioner sugar and Nutella.
Yes.
And because it connects to cream cheese, it doesn't get it doesn't get crystallized.
Yeah. So what kind of ice cream? It's kind of like a cream cheese and Nutella ice cream.
No, it's a cheesecake. It's Nutella cheesecake ice cream.
Okay.
Nutella cheesecake ice cream.
Yeah. Is that griddle flat on the bottom as well, or is it raised like a grill pan? Actually, it has some interesting marks on the bottom. Yes. Let me see if I can raise this. Let's get this going if I can. If I can do this without burning myself. This is the underside of the griddle. Yeah, the marks are unusual, to put it mildly. Ow! Oh yeah, definitely. That's enough of that. Oh. Okay, but anyway, that's the underside of that grill there. So, and also for the record, as I said, it's the griddle is Weber, in fact. So.
Oh, the grills?
What?
Like the grill company?
Yeah, yes, actually, the same company. Yeah, my parents salvaged it from, I believe they salvaged it from an oven, in fact. So, yeah, and they used it for quite a long time. They passed it on to me several years before they passed on. So this is kind of like a family heirloom, and I'm looking for it. And I'll be using this for a long time, no question about that. Yeah, for grilling and making lines on the meat. Oh, definitely, yeah. I should use it more in that manner, but I haven't yet. What maker is the griddle? Again, it is, yeah. Yes, it's, well, yeah, it's Weber. So, yeah, it even has a patent number on the side or on the bottom or something, and that's how I was able to trace it as a Weber. So, but anyway, so yeah, that really didn't take long at all either, did it? I mean, as you saw, Jamie's Reuben definitely beat the heck out of mine, although I'm still not disappointed with mine. All I need to do is keep practicing for like another several years or so.
Listen, I worked at a restaurant, and you know how many loaded sandwiches I made? And I still can't to this day flip a loaded sandwich.
Yeah.
And then my boss taught me how to do that, and I was like, why even worry about flipping a loaded sandwich? You don't have to.
Yeah. Don't worry. I didn't hurt myself. So, I mean, just every so often touching a piece of hot cast iron, that's something that we all go through. So,
over the comments to see if there's anything else cooking.
Okay.
We didn't look at those.
Yeah, let's double check these comments a little back here as well. So, yeah. Wow, that's a Texas size corned beef sandwich. So, yeah, okay, we'll keep going back about here. I make a ton of jam due to inflation. Bacon's now too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jamie can cook. Keep going up. Hey, E and Jamie, you two sure do eat well. Further up. Okay.
Yeah.
There we are. Yeah. There was also a conversation there about the mic sharpening knives. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So. And.
I remember hearing that one. Okay, so. Wicked edge if you know.
Further up.
Just tell your neighborhood. You saw the secret.
Okay. Yeah, we're just
It's
scanning
smart.
back through the
All right,
comments
this
right
is
now.
where I came
So,
right here. This is where I started.
yeah, and this is where we came in. Yeah, because she
Oh,
came
I
in when
wish
the
I-
food is
Is that
done.
French?
Yes, it is. Stephanie Slack or Slack was speaking in French. Moi, ça va faire. Don't remember 32.
Well, some affair is a great food. I know some
Yeah.
affair. Yeah.
Ans the premier ma.
Okay.
Mm,
Awesome, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do Trouble and Miss Mobley get a wee sample? Yeah, we talked about that. So, yeah. When is the giveaway for the smoke detectors? Yeah, believe me, I'm seriously tempting the day we move out that we take the smoke detectors with us just so that we can smash them. So,
Unfortunately, because our new apartment is brought down to studs and everything,
mm-hmm.
because all the fires that have happened in Worcester, whenever you place is taking place down to studs, they have to have the fire department come in and do inspections.
Yes.
So we have to have sprinkler systems, and the smoke detectors are hardwired in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain ones that pick up like mine. That's what's here. Is the smoke
Mm-hmm.
here?
Oh
Same
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah. That's
Same thing.
that's certainly true. This is not the best town, although they do their best. So yeah, finding areas to shoot fireworks is hard to find.
Towel, huh?
Yes.
Can we,
Oh yeah.
here,
We've
here, folks. So we cover there with the towel, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
If we-
I think we've shown this to you before, folks. What? No.
I was gonna bring it over.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was just gonna turn it.
Okay. Watch. Careful. Your watch.
Yeah.
You don't want your.
No.
There we go.
So. Well,
All right.
I was gonna.
Now you were saying something about covering it with a towel. There it is. Yeah. Of course, we do not ever want to admit to doing anything illegal.
Well,
So all we could say is that there may or may not be a smoke detector under there.
We have an apartment the size of a postage stamp. Okay, that smoke detector is right there, and the one in the office is 10 feet away, and the one in the bedroom is about 20 feet away.
Yes, exactly.
I think we're okay.
Yes. So, and as you can see, there's been no shortage of that smoke alarm going off either.
No.
So, oops, hold on.
I stepped on the. That was my fault.
That's all right. Hold on. Let me check. Let me close this here. I accidentally opened a window in my browser. There we go. Okay.
Look at that reuben, huh?
Oh yeah. Yes, exactly.
Who made that? Huh? Who made that?
Let me straighten this out a little bit. Somehow this came down. There we go. That's better.
It's all my fault.
Okay. Now.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Oh, by the way, somebody's scratching at the door there, so I think it's safe to let them out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, getting back to let me see. Love that Dexter fish spatula. Yeah, exactly. That I really do enjoy that spatula, and it was definitely worth it too. I picked it up at a restaurant store, in fact. So that is the beatenest sandwich for sure. Yeah, that's a Texas-sized corned beef sandwich. So yeah. Are you looking for a roommate? Says roommate roadside assistant guy. So
I only cook for here.
yeah, exactly.
This doesn't
So
happen every night of the week.
yeah. Val's Black Cat's rules. It's not a smoke detector. It's for night vision. Well, at least you guys know the smoke detectors work. I've set off mine about 2 times while cooking. So Terry Sinchef. To me, sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing are just okay, but with a Reuben, they're great. Yeah, actually, I pretty much agree with that. They're great on Reubens. I don't really have them much otherwise. So, yes. And Pegtooth and I were chatting. We're both originally from the same town of Sherbrooke. We're Southerners from the deep south of Quebec.
The deep south, huh?
Mm-hmm. But anyway, as I said, really, what can we say at this point, folks? I mean, we've managed to show off some corned beef. We had a lot of fun doing this tonight too. Actually, let me pull the rest of that here as well, because okay, yeah. Because
everybody, I'm going to sit down.
Yeah.
And my ice cream.
Yes, exactly. This is so far as the rest of the corned beef, which fortunately we will just have to finish off by tomorrow or so. Gee, what a shame. And a reminder as well, this, besides the fact that this is homemade corned beef, this was actually made from chuck. But really, now that especially since it's been kind of shredded and the bones taken out, there's really absolutely no difference between this and brisket. So, well, she says maybe a little tougher. So, but then again,
It's hard because what you want to do is you want to get a thicker cut. Because when you cut corned beef, the reason why it's tender is because you're cutting it on the bias. You can't really cut this on the bias, so you get the long. So when it's long and stringy like that, that's where the toughness comes from.
That's true.
So if you can get a thicker cut of the chuck, like maybe a chuck roast.
Yes.
A chuck roast would probably work really well.
No, I think you're right. So what I ended up doing was I found 2 bone-in chucks.
Yeah, so chuck roast, maybe we'll try that.
Yeah, next time a whole roast, as you say. So.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Bias.
Yes. And Daisy Bravo says, growing up in Union, Illinois, just outside Chicago, we used to be able to get corned beef rounds. It was so much bigger, less fat, and easier to slice for a crowd. So glad to see you use chuck.
You guys have heard of South Boston, right?
Oh, yes.
Up in the scary area of Western Massachusetts. What? the hood of 5 minutes from Vermont. What?
Louis J. Cast Iron Cooking. How long did you leave the meat in the brine? I left it in the brine for 2 weeks, in fact. But that's technically not necessary. All of the recipes I see for corned beef, making your own in the brine, they say anywhere from a week to about 10 days. So actually, I left it in the brine a little longer than it was necessary, but there's nothing wrong with that. A few years ago, just because of some reason or another, I ended up leaving that in the brine for a full month and didn't pull it out until like early April or so. And it came out just fine. Because that's the whole point of the brine, of course, especially when you're using the preservatives like a curing salt. The whole point is just that, to keep the meat from spoiling. This flavor is also important, but that was number one, so that you could store meat without refrigeration for long, long periods of time. And frankly, I would say it worked. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, Papa Dan, it was 2 weeks in the brine. Yeah, I do it 2 weeks just because, well, as I said, I enjoy making corned beef, and so it's like every year I start preparing this at the beginning of March. Technically, I could wait until like maybe March, oh, I don't know, like 6th or 7th, like a week into March before doing this. And there's no reason why you can't anyway. But as you said, I mean, there's no need to absolutely use brisket. I mean, granted, the flat cut brisket is more tender. Here, it's still a little tough, yet we didn't have any problem at all making these reubens tonight. So this has actually been this has been a lot of fun, and this is the result again of making our homemade chuck corned beef. And what I really have been wanting to do with this is to inspire folks to really give this a try in some way or another. Because, yeah, we all love our corned beef or whatever we make for St. Patty's Day. And yet, with just a little tweaking, you can take your good corned beef and make it into something really awesome, something that your family will rave about. Just simply use your own spices. Even if you use store-bought corned beef, use your own spices. Or make it yourself, depending on what the cost turns out to be. As I said, we do still have point cut on sale at Price Chopper and probably other supermarkets, so that's good. Crafts for others. Yeah, we are just about ready to wind down. Yes. However, you can, of course, watch the replay once this is done. And furthermore, I will say as well, I have another live scheduled for tomorrow night, just because, well, I felt like doing another live. What temperature is your oven at? My oven right now is at about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to be slow cooking this all night. So, and likewise, hello, Jose Latias. So, well, I know Trouble's been in a really frisky mood all day. So, yeah. Something's going on.
Oh, he's waiting for me to go outside. Is what it is.
Yeah.
He's waiting for me to go outside because he knows I'm gonna. He's gonna. That's exactly.
Yes, exactly. So, well, I'm glad you liked it, Papa Dan. So. But so yeah, as I said, I guess this is what I was planning to do for St. Patrick's Day. As always, we do corned beef and cabbage because it's a lot of fun as well as being delicious. Oh, trouble?
It's huge.
Okay, well,
No, not on me, not on me, not on me.
not on you, not on you. Don't worry, I'm going a little low. There you are.
Don't use my body as a comparison.
No,
He's a big
that's
boy.
fine.
He's a big boy. Say hi. Meow.
Mhm.
Meow.
Mhm.
Meow. He just hangs out.
Yes, exactly.
He goes, I'm hanging out, Mom. Just hanging out.
All right.
Just hanging out.
Okay, and having.
He's like, I'll do whatever you want as long as you bring me outside.
And so I guess this has been our little show. And yeah, we have run almost an hour and a half, although I appreciate everybody's patience during those little delays again with the smoke detector going off again. But nonetheless, yeah, who's in a frisky mood? Yes, Trouble is in a frisky mood. No, please keep your think clean thoughts. And I'll have to say yet again, we are just friends. So no, it is not that kind of frisky, not even nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We are talking about Trouble, honestly.
Trouble. Who else are we talking about?
Yeah.
I said never said frisky.
Yeah.
I said he's being odd. He's very.
Yeah. Debbie says, my daughter has a black cat, Skittles. He's huge and sweet and frisky and neutered. Yeah, you just described Trouble as well, that's for sure. So, in his turn. Okay, but anyway, as I said, that's what we do. I do hope I've inspired folks to, if nothing else, have some fun making your St. Patty's Day dishes with tomorrow, whatever they turn out to be, whether it's reubens, whether it's corned beef and cabbage, whether it's Irish stew, whether it's colcannon, whether it's pizza, burgers, whatever you like. The important thing, as always, is to just have fun. And that, of course, is why I do this here with these live videos, because I find them to be a lot of fun. So I can only appreciate, once again, everybody, as always, for showing up, watching as I make a mess and I screw things up here in the kitchen. But the results can often be, well, quite satisfying. And now we've got to go eat ourselves some reubens. So, and which means I will say again that I wasn't even expecting this until today when I decided I'm going to do another live tomorrow evening. But that's largely because there's a kind of a personal subject I want to talk about, as you can see in the title. And why am I talking about that? Just because I really want to get it off my chest. And I'm not going to demand that folks show up. If you're not interested in that subject tomorrow night, well, you don't have to show up. I don't mind. I'm really just doing this more to, as I said, more to something I feel like I just want to talk about, and I hope folks don't mind, especially since we're seeing so much of it these days. But nonetheless, as well, next week for Cast Iron Wednesday, again, I'm going to be doing another something of an anniversary as we celebrate again the 20th anniversary of my redneck pan, the very first cast iron pan I ever owned and still own. And that's going to be fun as well. So, Ms. French Twist. Well, if you look at my channel, you will see that the next live is already scheduled for tomorrow evening. So, and thank you again to Louis J. Cast Iron Cooking, and thank you to everybody. Really, thank you everyone for showing up. Ms. French Twist and Hippie Longshanks and Peg Tooth and Christine Borgatti. And everybody else. Well, what subject? Well, besides making corned beef hash tomorrow night, since we're obviously going to have some leftovers, I'm going to be talking about a subject that really has nothing to do with cooking, but it's something we've seen in the news all too often, and that would be crypto and NFTs. And I should say right now, no, I am not trying to sell something. So don't worry about that. It's just me venting and getting some things off my chest about that subject. So having said that, see you all tomorrow night, folks. I can only, but above all else, have fun cooking tonight and tomorrow and really pretty much every day. And in addition to tomorrow night, as always, we'll see you all next Wednesday. Thank you very much for coming by, everyone. Have a good evening. I've just